Hey, what's up, guys? It's Bill the Universe, and I'm doing another celebrity reading. So I waited till just now to look at the chart because I want to be surprised, just like you are. Okay, so we're doing the Weeknd. He was born February 16th, 1990, 2:45 in the morning in Toronto, Canada. He is a Aquarius sun, a Libra moon, and a Scorpio rising. Okay, well, folks, you can't be that surprised that he's a Scorpio rising. I mean, listen to his fucking music, man. I mean, isn't it Scorpio? Is it not Scorpio? I mean, that music is just so dark. Um, and I don't want to say it's not negative at all, but it's very intense and it's very dark and it's very deep. It's very mellow. Um, it's definitely a mood, and it's a heavy mood. You know what I mean? That's very Scorpio. You know what I mean? That's so Scorpio. And he's specifically the star of Jeshta. Jeshta um, is a star within Scorpio that's very severe. It's also a very rich star. So, according to the astrologer Claire Nocti, she did this study about the world's richest people, and the most common star was the star of Jeshta within the constellation of Scorpio. So these people are very, very rich. I personally know from my own studies that Jay Z has a star in Jeshta. So does what's his name, um, Dre. So does Donald Trump. So does yeah. So anyway, Scorpio. This is a very, very rich placement of Scorpio. Jeshta means the chief or the elder. So these people are either the oldest of their siblings or they're very much the most successful of their siblings, which is very interesting because this is, like I said, Scorpio. And when someone has a heavy Aries placements, that also will suggest a lot of success in life, or they're like the firstborn of their siblings. So it's interesting that Scorpio and Aries both suggest that, and those are both Mars placements. So he's an Aquarius sun, specifically the star of Danishta. So this means that, like, if you're gonna if you're gonna pair that with Scorpio, Aquarius already is prone to I don't want to say nefarious things and evil shit, but they can be because it's not that they're evil at all. But what I'm saying is that Aquarius is very universal and they're very wise, and Aquarius is it's not like, oh, everything's positive or negative. They're actually, it actually is what it is. There's no up or down. There's no in or out. They're not bilateral that way. They're not bipolar that way. Aquarius is very, very forward. It's a very forward thinking type of sign, and it's a very it's a very receptive sign, and it's very receptive of like universal knowledge, and especially within this star of Danishta. Danishta is the most exalted like part of Mars. Like Mars does the best under the star of Danishta. So Danishta is like a very like what's it called? Like a very mature and studious and like champion type of warrior. So whereas you get if you get like someone like Mrigashira or Chitra, they might not be as mature, but when Mars is in Danishta, he's very mature. He's like one of the best out there. So he has this type of energy where it's a champion type of star within Aquarius. Okay, and then his moon is in Swati. I can actually see the Swati moon in his eyes because Swati moon, what a lot of people say is that it's kind of a psychic placement, and I actually can very much agree with that. Especially Swati moon people, okay? Not just Swati sun, Swati ascendant, whatever, but Swati moon specifically. And I know Swati moon people. I know psychics that are Swati moon. And he just gives me that vibe. I mean, he has that like open, wide-eyed, universal. Like he has the universe in his eyes. It could be drugs, but I mean, I actually think he's just a very deep, wise, incredibly old soul. Right? It's like it's funny because I love how like I said, he's an Aquarius sun, right? They don't believe in good or evil, and so I love that lyric because I kind of know some of his songs. He's like, "We don't pray for love, we just pray for cars," and I'm like, "Fuck yeah," you know what I mean? Like, I don't really agree with that personally, but what he's saying is, we don't pray for love, we play for cars. Like, we're not gonna go out and be fake and saying, "Oh, we're here about love and we just love." Like, no, I'm in this game because I fucking want money and I want the good life. Like, that's why I'm doing this. You know what I mean? So it's like it's very forward, very matter of fact, very honest. You know, very keep it real. Um, what? Where am I right now? 5 minutes? Oh, okay. Let's see. Um, yeah, a lot of psychic placements actually. This is a very psychic type of chart, I would say, because of Moon and Swati. Also, he's got his Mercury and Shravana. Shravana is a very psychic placement as well. And then it's ruling over Mercury, which is the planet of the thoughts. Also, Rahu, his north node, also is in Shravana, and his Ketu, his south node, is in Aslesha, which are all ruled by the moon. He's got so much moon in his chart. Okay, he's got a lot of moon in his chart. And the moon is very psychically receptive as well. So not only is he Aquarius sun, which is psychically receptive, not only is he a Scorpio ascendant, which is psychically receptive, not only is he a Libra moon, a Swati moon, which is like psychically receptive, but also he's got a Capricorn Mercury, he's got a Capricorn Rahu, he's got a Cancer Ketu. I mean, this is all like very psychic placements. This guy, no wonder he's so successful because he kind of knows. You know, he kind of knows without knowing. You know what? Yeah, I like that saying. You'll never know what I already knew. And this is very much him. Like that very much makes sense. You'll never know what I already knew after everything I already been through. So it's like, yeah, he already knows. Okay, that's looking at his placements. Let's look at the actual chart. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so he's got his moon in the 12th house. So moon in 12th house is the number one indicator of fame. So many people have moon in 12th house. I know Andrew Garfield has moon in 12th house. I know, what's her name has it. Billie Eilish has moon in the 12th house. Like, there's a lot of really famous people that have moon in the 12th house. This doesn't make it really fun for them, apparently. There is quite a bit of depression here. There's a lot of loneliness. There's a lot of, like, isolation. There's a lot of feeling isolated. There's a lot of being isolated. There's a lot of withdrawalness. There's a lot of aloofness. There's a lot of, shyness, too. Like, not willing to kind of come out. This is very much a reclusive type of placement, moon in the 12th house. But moon in the 12th house is also about desires and bedroom pleasures. And this is why Venus does really well in Pisces. This is why it does really well in the 12th house. And then the opposite of this very desirous house is Virgo, which is why Venus does not do good in Virgo. Anyway, I digress. This suggests that as much as he loves luxury and as much as he gets the luxury that he wants, there is a bit of loneliness here and is a bit of like depression here, sadness here. Yeah, so 12, 11, 10, 9. He's got his south node in the 9th house, which means that, 9th house is higher learning and 9th house is like rising up in life, rising up to the levels. And I know that 10th house is the executive suite, but 9th house is also very much like that as well. And so his south node being in the 9th house means he kind of knows, like, how to rise in the ranks. And then he's got his Jupiter in the 8th house. Jupiter is the planet of luck, and then the 8th house is the planet of, like, sex and sensual pleasures, and of money, too, and of, like, of real wealth, okay? So You can think of oil as eighth house stuff. You know, it's black, it's underground. You have to go for it, you have to drill it out. You know what I mean? That's very much like oil. So I always think of oil about being very eighth house. But anyway, he's got his Jupiter in the eighth house, which means that he's very lucky in life when it comes to sensual pleasures, when it comes to financial rewards, when it comes to financial pleasures. Like I'm saying, this is a very old soul. It's like this soul is so old that how can he not know how to succeed in this world? Because he just like, it's like he's lived like this world 1,000 times already. Oh my God, is that enough? Okay, that's 10 minutes. I think that's enough. Okay, love you guys. Bye.